You can head back with your parents. I know you want to steal the show some more, but no way. Come on, guys. Come on down, guys. I'd love to hear what you have to say tonight. Good luck with that, parents. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. It's wonderful to see you all here. I'm Trish Morris. I serve here now as the spiritual leader of Unity Spiritual Center Denver. And on behalf of Unity and our fabulous musicians tonight, welcome to a fabulous program. We are glad that you're here. And as the children demonstrate for us every year, we just can't help but feel the spirit of the season, yeah? And it's not because they start marketing it in September. But there is an actual ancient call that we're uncovering and participating in tonight. On the heels of the solstice, the darkest night of the year, comes the emergence of light and a palpable energy of spirit, a generosity of spirit, an abiding presence of hope, peace, love, and joy, shared by family, friends, and strangers. You can feel it. So we all know the Christmas story that recounts the miraculous birth of Jesus of Nazareth. But what does that event from all those years ago hold for us today? Do the angels' declarations really echo through the ages? I believe they do. Do you? Yes, of course you do. Of course you do. What else are you going to say? I know what night it is. Unity offers a unique look at Scripture via a metaphysical interpretation. And that simply means beyond the literal people and places and metaphors that were used, what do those people and those stories tell us about ourselves and how we come to wake up spiritually, how we come to know that we are human, spiritual beings having a human experience? Up to that point, at that point that Jesus was born into the world was a time of great darkness. It was a time of occupation and exile. We'll go with that. Thank you. No, expansion of empire, domination, things that we're still coming to terms with today. In Scripture, angels are represented as literal beings bringing the message of God. Metaphysically, angels are understood as the projection into human consciousness, into our own human awareness of spiritual ideas, the greatest of which is this idea that I and you contain this spark of divinity within us, that Jesus so fully demonstrated, but not as the great exception, as the great example for us to know the truth of our being and live into that. So that declaration from the angel Gabriel still rings true. Do not be afraid, for see, I bring you good news of joy for all people. That's you and me still today. And yes, we too can claim the message of the Christmas story as our own story, as the birthing into our awareness of our own spiritual nature, which we often call Christ consciousness, forever illumined by Spirit itself. This awareness turns the common reflection of look what the world is coming to into look what is coming into the world. Look what is coming into the world. People realizing the truth of their being and acting accordingly. Huh. Just go, huh. There we go. Perfect. Jesus of Nazareth has long been said to be the light of the world. And there is no doubt that he did shine that light of spirit for all to see. But his greatest message is that we too contain the divine light. And perhaps that is finally being heard and absorbed by the masses. It's how Christ moves into the masses. Christmas. Oh! You can do that too. I love it when you do that. Thank you. Unity Minister Eric Butterworth wrote, Jesus discovered the indwelling Christ for himself and lived his life as a living lesson about the same divine dimension within all people. The only thing that gives that discovery any meaning in our lives today is the realization that it deals with the God self of you and of me. And call that whatever you want. The Christ, your Buddha nature, the universe within you. It's what lies within you that is of the divine itself. What is most remarkable about this story is that Jesus of Nazareth was also fully human. He was born of a woman. He wept, he laughed, he loved. He was tempted by the confines of his ego mind. He even got angry and flipped over some tables and threw a fit. And he experienced a very human death. But again and again, he returned to the truth that he was an expression of spirit in the flesh appearing. This is the truth of each one of you here tonight. And all the people in mosques or synagogues or in bed or in the bar. It's the truth of them too. You are spirit in the flesh appearing. Oh my goodness, that's good news. Thinking back to the birth of Jesus, we look upon the great discovery that he made of the divine depth within humanity. And that's what makes this story relevant today. There is something grand that underlines all of our celebrations this year. There is a profound awareness that continues to be birthed within us, making it the most wonderful time of the year. birth of Jesus into the world brought forth a shift in the human consciousness that is still and perhaps finally ready to be realized today. The Christ is innately within each of us, awaiting our recognition of it. We are the ones who are expectant with the potential of the Christ awareness. We'll define that term Christ. We know that it's not just Jesus' last name. You can laugh. He was anointed to that status by Mary Magdalene. And by Christ, then, we mean the divine nature of every human being. Our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, taught this as follows: that Jesus is the name that represents an individual expression of the Christ idea. His expression was masterful, to be sure. Jesus lived completely from his divine nature and thus brought abiding love, peace, hope, and healing into the world. However, Christ existed before Jesus. Christ in you refers to the true light, the perfect idea within humanity that is expressing individually through each one of your lives. The true light, the perfect spiritual idea at your center, which guides every person coming into the world, is and ever has been in humanity. This is Christ in you, the hope of glory, as Colossians 1, verse 27 states. Returning to the metaphysical meaning, then, of the story, let's turn to those infamous parents. Joseph and Mary represent the attributes needed to bring forth, to birth, if you will, that awareness of our own spiritual nature within ourselves. They tell us something of that process for ourselves. Joseph represents our thinking nature, that action-oriented masculine side of all people. He represents the part of us that knows how to take faith-directed action. This kind of action takes its guidance from the Christ within, instead of from the limited egoic nature. Joseph represents the unstoppable power of the divine within and everywhere present. When guided by faith, this power takes action in us to fulfill our divine purpose. And just as Joseph did, we too are empowered to ignore others who doubt or ridicule us on our journey of spiritual awakening. Mother Mary represents the feminine qualities of love, receptivity, and creativity, the intuitive feeling nature of all people. Mother Mary demonstrated what we are all capable of in her receptivity and willingness to first believe in that angel's message. She was receptive of her own spiritual nature. Mary represents the part of us that intuitively knows the voice of spirit. You know that voice. It is part of us that is receptive to the idea that we are both human and divine. Today, we are becoming aware of how this aspect of our being, the divine feminine, has been dismissed, discounted, and buried away in the story of Christianity. And she is rising at this particular time for good reason. To balance and steady humanity in the fullness of love, we too can take inspired action at this time in history. The stories we hear shape our views of life, of love, and in this case of motherhood, and how we show up. May we all begin to share our truth and offer our own unique perspective. To that end, I'm sharing this reading that I saw on Facebook Actually, someone sent it to me because I never check my Facebook. By China Galland. She says this: Mother Mary is not passive. The image we've been shown has truth in it, but it is a limited truth. We should derive great comfort in the fact that Mary was an earthly mother, that she went through pregnancy as a teenage mother, that she had known homelessness, that she had borne at least one child, and that she had to witness that child's suffering and death. She knew the depths of a mother's sorrow. But Mary's passivity may be all we have allowed ourselves to see. A woman's rising against authority, a woman strong and fearless, a ferocious woman, a physically courageous woman. To have seen Mary this way would not have served the social order. This is a Mary we need to know. A fierce Mary, a terrific Mary, a protectress who does not allow her children to be hunted, tortured, murdered, and devoured alone. If you honor the birth of Jesus at Christmas, the invitation is not to forget about Mary, a powerful young woman who stood in her highest power and stepped confidently into her destiny to be a part of a great lineage of people who came to ground love and light on the planet. Yeshua, as Jesus was first called, was himself a disruptor. He shook up the status quo and put himself and his family in a lot of danger. As mothers often do, Mother Mary could have told him to fit in or to tone it down, but she was clear of her mission to love and support this man and to trust in his purpose, just as she had trusted in her own. It is the balance of these parts of us that Mary and Joseph represent. Through their partnership that the Christ was born into human awareness. The people who were said to be living in darkness, meaning ignorance, unawareness of who they were as social on social media. They had no idea who they were until they got social media. Just kidding, children. The light of awareness was born into the world at a time when it was needed, a time of darkness, fear, war, and the expansion of empire. The message that Jesus delivered was not what they expected. It was not to conquer, to win. It was a message of spiritual deliverance. Know who you are and know that about the people that you seek to conquer as well. You are the light of the world. And so are the people you seek to conquer. Love is at the center of the Christmas story. The love of God given through the life and the love of Jesus, given in love that we may know the light of God within us and share that light and that love with the world. Let love lead us. Love is Christmas.
I don't care if the house is packed or the strings that are broken. I don't care if the gifts are wrapped or there's nothing here open. Why so scared that you'll mess it up when perfection keeps you haunted? All we need is your best, my love. That's all anyone ever wanted. 'Cause love is how we do, and no judgment overrules it. Love, I look to you and I say,
That's the sweetest darn song ever. Thank you. We love because God's love lives in us, and no season can contain that. The love and connection that we share in relationship is how we share and expand the presence of love on earth. Love is eternal. The love that we share remains with us in our hearts and in the memories that we share. I know many people here tonight that are experiencing a Christmas without someone for the first time this year. And if not, I think all of us remember Christmases past, people that are no longer on the planet. It's a bittersweet memory. But I'm reminded of the depth of that love that we share, because as we recount that, though it's sad that it's not present, there's a happiness and a fulfillment that it ever was. And it continues to kindle our inner light, yes? So we hold the space for those of you who are in the depths of that grief this year. And we hold that as those of us who have gotten maybe a little further on that path can remember with you, but not quite as fresh in our memory. We fall into the belief, and we fall, let me take that back. We don't fall. We stand firm in the belief that love is eternal, and that we remain connected through the love and the memories that we share. Love is who we are, and no body can contain it. Feel with me the power of this proclamation made by Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore nearly 100 years ago now. Something is happening. All along the line are evidences of the birth of the Prince of Peace. A higher state of consciousness is bursting full-blown upon the whole race. It is everywhere, and those who are most open to its influx are being awakened and rewarded. The world needs the Christ consciousness. The need implies that the attainment is near. There are still men and women who gaze up into the heavens for Christ, as the early disciples may have, instead of looking within their own heart and mind. So I invite you to take a moment to do that now. I ring the singing bowl every Sunday that invites us to drop from our head to our heart. And it's fine, we have children with us. I invite you to listen to this sound and take a breath into your heart. As we all take a moment of silence, taking a deep breath in and a long breath out like you're blowing out a candle. And let that breath take you inward, closing your eyes if you're comfortable. Feeling your back supported by the chair and your feet firmly on the ground. Just breathe in as you connect within to your own divine nature, however it is you hear or feel that. Connecting with that light, that presence within you that we feel when we get still, when we take a breath, and invite ourselves to be just as we are. We take notice of this marvelous life force living and breathing us. We don't need to focus it or control it. It happens naturally. Tune in now to your own intuitive sense of knowing that comes from within. You can name that your soul's angel. The highest aspect of your soul that you can perceive while in human form. And know that your soul's angel is eager to translate and reveal ancient truths to you in your lifetime. Your angel is forever seeking to expand your awareness to the greater truth of your being, if you will listen. If you can make room in the inn of your busy life, you will be guided and supported in knowing and following your soul's deepest purpose. The one message that is at the center of that purpose, shining brightly for you to know and to share, is that love is who you are. Let no thought restrain that. Claim it now and let it brighten your inner flame. Affirm for yourself now, I am the light of divine love in expression. I am the light of divine love in expression. I claim the fullness of that light now. I claim the fullness of that light now. Bring your awareness back to this time and space as we prepare to light our candles, representing our own individual Christ light. If anyone is in need of a candle, will you raise your hand? Oh, only the one that was born and raised here. That's fine, no problem. So I'll have our Youth of Unity come down. They're helping light our candles tonight. And I want to just remind you all that the lighters will hold their candles like this. And once your candle is lit, you'll do the same. And let the person coming in hold theirs to the side just to minimize wax as much as possible. And then when we go to blow the candles out, I'll lead you through that, but just put your hand here to, again, minimize hot wax flowing in front of your neighbor unless you know them and have an issue. We're not doing that tonight, people. It's Christmas Eve. So go ahead down your aisles and begin lighting each other's lights. Reminded that the kids every Sunday light the Christ candle in their classrooms, which represents the light of God in each and every one of us. We can see this 3-wick candle tonight as that light, that one light of spirit that shines through so many hearts and minds and lives. And we pass it one to another, spreading that light. Once we're all lit, we'll sing Silent Night together. If you're just arriving, come on in. Once your candle's lit, I'll invite you to stand up as we sing together.
Holy
So before you blow out your candles, just look around. Look around what one light can do when shared. And I just invite you to think of someone who could use a little light and a little love tonight. As you extinguish your candle, send that light and that love to them. And you may be seated. There are baskets outside that you can drop these off at, if you will. The world needs the light of the Christ. The need in, oh, there's still more show, kids. We got a few more things here. I know. They're like, come on, we know he's on the roof. We know it. The Christ is within each of us, awaiting our recognition of it. And we are the ones who are expectant with the possibility and potential for a world united in oneness. May the Christ child, son, daughter of God, the Savior of the self, be born in you this Christmas. Not that yourself is bad, but I don't know about you, if left to my own devices sometimes, the trouble I can get into. To know the highest expression of myself, that's what I want. Doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. Doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. But it means that we are ever evolving and growing and expanding in to the mystery that we are here to express. The Christ of you is that within you which draws you in and dissolves all sense of separation between you and the divine. The Christ in you reaches beyond all sense of two people and draws forth the one presence that unites the entire universe. In the final words of Mr. Fillmore's proclamation, the salvation of the world rests with those who dare to join in the fullness of Christ consciousness and thereby bring peace and goodwill to all people. When the light of Christ comes to anyone, it does not confine its rays to their consciousness. But those who sit in darkness and negation see it and feel its power. This is the message that we are celebrating here tonight. It is the foundation for the Christmas season to bring Christ into the masses through you and through me. That's the reason for the season. So we're going to sing a song. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I know right where we are, don't worry.
Yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year all our troubles will be out of sight. Yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. Next year all our troubles will be miles away. Once again, as in olden days, happy golden days with your faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us. Someday soon we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star above the highest bough, and have yourself a happy golden days with you. Faithful friends who are near to us, gather near to us once more. Someday soon we all will be together. If the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Now.
Thank you so much for being here this evening. We appreciate your donations that support our service tonight, as well as all that we are endeavoring to do here at Unity Spiritual Center Denver to spread the message of unity far and wide. Our ushers are coming forward. Can't see you in the dark. We'll be passing the basket if you have cash or check that you'd like to donate. There's also a QR code in your bulletin. If you'd like to give electronically, if you're not carrying your checkbook around anymore. Checkbook? How can I be out of money? I still have checks. That's a good one, huh? I did say that before. So however you are giving, we like to bless our love offerings, knowing that what is given in love goes forward to do the work of good. So let's bless these offerings together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. I am thankful. And now if the kids want to come up and start rocking around the Christmas tree, this is your cue. Come on up. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this right out of your way. So nobody, jeez, needs to worry about that. Okay, let's do, you know what?
Rocking around the Christmas tree and the Christmas party. Mistletoe hallway, you can see it from the tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie.